Was it your most important goal for Arsenal for you?
I think when we score, it's always important. So, but I think the way the game going, and of course, Mika will come from the bench. We are 1-0 down, and we come back from like 3 points. So yeah, I think the way we manage and we believe each other was very good.
I want to show you something from after the game. This is how much, I guess, you mean to the fans at the moment.
It's unbelievable the way they support us, and especially on this game, they try to push in. We can hurt them, and here, what do you say?
You heard it, yeah. And the song for you, do you like it? Do you know the song? Do you ever sing it to yourself in the shower or at home?
Yeah. Sometimes I'm at home, and my daughter as well. But it's a really good song, man.
Yeah, you sing it now?
I like it.
You can sing it now or not?
I know you will. Well, number 6 is the king of Brazil. He give you well. Oh, at the back is Gabriel.
Okay.
It's good.
Very nice. You think it's the best song, or anyone else in the squad?
I think mine is the best. Yeah, for sure.
I've seen you as well. You celebrate when you make a tackle, which normally we see people celebrate when they score a goal. But it's interesting to see how passionate you get when you make a tackle, or William or David makes a save. Why do you celebrate so much? Why do you have so much pride when you're defending?
It's like I say, we want to bring the energy to our teammates, and it's not, of course, it's not only about this, but I'm a defender, so I want to defend like with my heart and everything, do my best. And of course, when Saliba or whatever do one tackle, we want to celebrate together, because the opponent need to feel they are here. So yeah, that's why we're doing this, because we work a lot and we want to celebrate every action.
Just want to finish off on the boss, Mikel Arteta. Tell me what makes him such a good manager, and why he's so good for you.
Since I come here to Arsenal, he's helped me a lot, and yeah, every year he start to help us, and yes, I believe the way he managed the team as well, and of course he put a lot of energy there, give a lot of energy to us to win games.
And is there anything you can tell us about him that we don't know?
No.
Okay. But and just finally, what's your hopes for this season? Because I guess you're top of the league, starting really well in Europe. Do you just want to win trophies now? Is that the aim?
Yes, this is on the main. This is in our head. We want to win and achieve big things this year. But like I say, the season just start, and we need to keep going, keep pushing each other, believe each other, and yeah, let's see.
Gabriel for chatting there. A great interview in English. He doesn't do many of them. Nope. So I thought it was absolutely fantastic. Julian, I'm going to come to you because I know you're a massive Saliba fanboy.
Yes.
But you know, how vital is it to have a defender like Gabriel, who is both solid at the back and such a goal threat?
I mean, the goal threat is just incredible. Nobody has scored, no defender has scored more goals than him since, I don't know, 2022 or something like that. It's incredible. I saw him grow in France when he was at Lille, from this young player that came through. He was already big, but didn't have that kind of leadership, didn't have that kind of like assurance on the ball, for example, or even defensively in his positioning and everything. And what Arteta has done with him and with Saliba, to be fair, very similar progression when you think about it, is remarkable. And I guess when your right back is also a centre back in a way like Timber, and your left back is also a centre back like Calafiori, that line of four is just so strong, right? And I think it's very special what they built. But the leadership for me is the most surprising, even more than the goals from Gabriel, is that leadership, because he was quite shy when he arrived in France, and now I see him and I'm like, wow, the change is stunning, really.
Who would you have wanted next to you, Ash? Saliba or Gabriel?
Either of them. I think they're both a class act. Seriously, I think they're the best partnership in the Premier League. And I like the bit that they're talking about where he celebrates blocks. I know that's some people say they don't like it, but I like it because it shows the passion for the clean sheet, working really hard for it.
Absolutely.
Neither most of the time.
Connector.
If you were to host a dinner party, you can invite 4 people. One of them has to be a footballer. Who are you inviting?
Michael Olise.
Yeah.
Dead or alive?
Yeah, go on.
They can be dead.
They can be dead.
C.S. Lewis. Martin Luther King. Ronaldinho. Come on, just do that, innit?
Creator. You were given the number 10 shirt. Known for its creativity, what would you say is the most creative play that you've seen in Premier League history?
Thierry Henry. I don't know who it was against. It might have been Man U. Someone's passed it to him and he's like pinning the guy, chipped it, and volleyed it far corner. That's one. The next one's Dennis Bergkamp against Newcastle, around the guy, and then slotted it. Yeah.
What would you say is your most creative play?
Probably one of my goals against Sheffield. Just ran for a long time.
Just run for a long time.
With the ball, yeah.
Feel like-
I was running past players, but I was still running.
Okay, your turn.
Symbol.
What do you think best represents you?
Best represents me. Faith. My faith in God, I think that like governs the way I see life, the way I operate, the way I think.
Instinctive. I'm going to come up with 5 words and I want you to say whatever word comes into your head. Football.
Goal.
God.
Faith.
Arsenal.
Win.
Henri.
Goals.
Elise.
Friend. Knight.
Knight.
Not chess. It's a different type of knight.
Well, let's take it then in a leadership form. A knight is usually seen as a leader. Who would you say is the greatest leader and what attributes do they have to possess?
I don't know who the greatest leader is. I don't really have one, but I would say Mikel is a very good leader.
What does Mikel inspire in you?
Belief in yourself and the team, and that you have everything you need to win.
Mirrors. If you could say one thing to the younger version of yourself that got released from Arsenal, what would you say?
Let it all work out. I can't say that. I say keep working. Stay faithful, keep working.
Did you always believe that you were going to be back here?
In some sense, yes.
So what was the other sense?
No sense you can't know for sure, because you're not psychic. But in some sense, yeah. I knew, because I believed, and I knew that I was always working, so.
Are Arsenal the best team in Europe right now? I know
You
your
mean after
team.
PSG, that's what you mean?
That's exactly my point. Yeah, I know. Obviously, you love your sacred Paris Saint-Germain, but you know how good are they?
Yeah, I mean, they're certainly the best team in the Premier League for now, there's no doubt. They're the best defence, not just in England, but in the whole of Europe. I think AC Milan are the next team with 4 goals conceded. They control games well. They're the best team without the ball, structurally, defensively, in terms of organisation. On set pieces, they are incredible, really. And they're still without Martin Odegaard, arguably the most creative player in that squad. So they have an amazing momentum right now going for them, for sure. And yeah, they are probably one of the best in Europe with Bayern Munich right now. The two most informed in Bayern have won 12 in 12 in all competitions. This is something else. But yeah, I think the belief within that camp is that they are that team too. So now they have, like we were saying earlier, they have to show it every game, big team, small team, Champions League, the League, League Cup, whatever you want. But I think they have really that confidence massive at the moment.
Ash, what about you? Believe in the hype or?
Yeah, I am, honestly, to be honest, this season. I've got to say, in years past, we all know Arsenal kind of have a wobble and there's a lot of noise around it. But this year, I just think that with the signings that they brought in, but on top of what they already had, you look at that defensive unit they've got with the goalkeeper, it seems like they've got all the pieces. I can't see why they don't get it done, the Premier League, at least this year. Yeah. I know it's a long season, so much football to be played, but they have such strength and depth in each position. It's probably the 2 centre-backs are key, really, if they can keep them and the goalkeeper. I can see them going on and doing the whole thing.
How key is it, the fact that we're this far into the season, but they've already done Anfield, Old Trafford and St James's Park and come through with, points in a couple of those games?
Yeah, and hosting City as well, obviously at the Emirates. And I think if you told Arteta and the players, would you sign for this many points after those games, they would have taken it, really. And you can even look at the game away at Liverpool and that Szoboszlai free kick with 10 minutes to go, and that could have been a draw. and it will be even better for them. So it's a great start of the season, and now maybe where the games are a little bit easier, certainly not the likes of Liverpool away and Newcastle away, United away, or City at home. That's also where they need the points, because last season is the point they dropped on their way during that campaign that in the end cost them.
Yeah, I mean, Ash, when you've got teams like that and you've already faced them, you've already been to Anfield and had those moments, how much psychologically is that a help to know that they're out the way and done?
It can be a help or a hindrance, I think, because sometimes you build yourself up for the so-called bigger games, and what you're saying is then you just let your guard down a little bit against the so-called lesser team. But I think that having the confidence, especially that Newcastle game, when I watched that one, I was like, okay, this Arsenal team is a level above last year's Arsenal team. They've learnt from some of the mistakes that they made. They seem more experienced. They're just solid throughout. The strength in depth is great. I think Arteta's team are positioned really well this season.
And it's there. I mean, obviously, so much pressure has been put on Victor Gyökeres to get those goals. He went a long time without it. Midweek in the Champions League, he got two. Quite potentially the ugliest goals I've ever seen in my life. But Ash, it looks so much of a relief for his teammates. Is that what it's like in a dressing room when you've got a striker that isn't performing?
100%, especially if he's popular within the changing room. You just want to supply him with as many chances as possible, and then you can see when they score, it happens all over the place, but when they score, there's like an extra. You can see it means a bit to everyone. You're happy for them because at the end of the day, that wins you games. So we all progress in that. But it's your mate as well, and you want him to score goals. And strikers feel the pressure when they're not scoring. Yeah. I can't say that they're the same about us and clean sheets, but you like to see them score. Yeah, so it's a relief when you've got a mate up front who gets his goals.
Yeah, I mean, what have you made of him so far?
I understand he's a 9, so he needs to score goals. I get that. But I think even in those 9 games where he hadn't scored between, what was it, Leeds and this one?
This one, yeah, Atletico, yeah.
There was a lot of good things that he would do for the team, unselfishness in a way, in holding up defenders, making that pressure, the trigger of the press, that was him, and the counter-pressing. All of that, I think, was very important for him. Look, remember the goal that they scored against Olympiacos, the Martinelli one. Yeah. It's his run that makes really the goal. Then he hit the post and Martinelli has a tap in. But
Martinelli basically tried to let it go in for him.
Exactly, at that point. You're right. But that run that he made, the strength and power that he had to go in front of his defender, and then he's a little bit unlucky with the finishing. But nobody else in that squad can do that run and be there at that time. So I think there was still a lot of really positive things he was doing, even if he was not scoring. If he can score as well, they would take that. But I think he's also very important in what he brings to the game and to the team and how he affects the game.
As a defender,